Hi, I'm Admiral Brad Cooper, Commander of U.S. Central Command, here in the Middle East with our 50,000 service members to provide my 6th update on Operation Epic Fury. Now in our 5th week of the campaign, it is my operational assessment that we are making undeniable progress in eliminating Iran's ability to project power in meaningful ways outside its borders. We don't see their Navy sailing, we don't see their aircraft flying, and their air defense and missile defense systems have largely been destroyed. Despite our clear dominance, our forces remain vigilant. It's long been my belief that every success we have begins and ends with our people, and our warfighters deployed forward are doing outstanding work. During this trip, I've had the privilege to recognize and award our troops for their courage, resilience, and tenacity as they continue to go above and beyond.
Yeah. It's pretty fun work.
Great job. Great job. You enjoy it, huh?
Thank you, sir.
How long have you been in?
12 years, sir.
Fantastic. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
I'm from Ohio.
Okay, what part?
Toledo, sir.
Okay, great. Fantastic, fantastic. Thanks for what you're doing. Much appreciated.
Yes, sir.
What's your job?
I'm a wizard for the Strike Eagle.
Okay, how many missions have you flown?
Probably a couple dozen at this point.
And how long have you personally been out here?
Been out here only since February, sir.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thanks for keep up the great work. Thanks so much. In the meantime, I'm wishing you all the best. I think of you every day and with a lot of pride. So thanks for what you're doing. I really appreciate it and couldn't be prouder. I met with our service members who are operating the most sophisticated and largest active air defense umbrella in the world, right here in the Middle East, to defend against Iran's indiscriminate missile and drone attacks. Since day one, our warfighters have also shown unmatched reach and lethality in systematically dismantling Iran's drone, missile, and naval capabilities by delivering a massive amount of firepower. Every branch of the military is achieving unprecedented success. Our naval forces have launched waves upon waves of cruise missiles and fighter aircraft from the sea. U.S. Air Forces have extended our reach with refueling tankers while executing a high volume of airstrikes into Iran with fighters and bombers. Our soldiers and Marines have delivered long-range strikes from land and mounted a robust air defense to not only protect Americans, but our partners as well. And our Space Force has given us the ultimate high ground, delivering space superiority, which has been a critical enabler to this fight. After witnessing the absolute professionalism, discipline, and dedication of our men and women in uniform supporting Operation Epic Fury, I just could not be prouder. And I know that their families, friends, and loved ones back home share this pride. So to all the moms, dads, husbands, wives, friends, and loved ones back home, thank you for everything that you're doing to support our outstanding warriors. There is no adversary too determined, no mission too difficult, and no task too great for our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Guardian, and Coast Guardsmen that make up the most powerful military the world has ever seen. To all our warfighters, keep up the great work and Godspeed. Thanks so much.
What he needs to say is this, just in a parentheses. He said, I didn't say I was against war or conflict. I said I was against endless, forever wars. And I'm talking about 20 years in Afghanistan and 10 in Iraq and the 9-month bombing on and off of Libya by Obama. And so when I came in, I wasn't going to say no war because our enemies would take that as Chamberlain-like appeasement and they would take advantage of it. So I had certain rules, opportunistic rules, that I would use mostly, if not exclusively, air power. And I would take out existential threats like Soleimani, who was the architect of anti-American terrorism. And I wanted to get rid of Baghdadi, who had killed Westerners and beheaded them. And then I wanted to bomb ISIS. And I did all of that quickly and abruptly. And then we were attacked by the Wagner Group. I told my field commanders to reply disproportionately and wipe them out. I think they killed over 200 of them. All of those were not forever. They were one-off. Then I was elected again, and I followed my campaign promises. I went in to Iran in 26 hours of mission, and I bombed the nuclear facilities at 3 sites, and then it was a one-off. I said, make Iran great, we'll negotiate. And then I went and got Maduro. We lost no U.S. soldiers. We had some serious wounded. But, again, it was one. Now I'm in a much more formidable situation None of those scenarios involve the specter of intercontinental ballistic missiles, massive drone fleets, terrorist proxies, nuclear weapons. And so I'm going to try to abide by my no forever war. And going in there for 6 weeks, if that's what it takes, is not forever. And I'm going to try to avoid the use of ground troops. Marco Rubio said he wasn't going to use them, if possible. And so that's what he needs to say. It's not going to be 9 months or 7 months or 8 months like Obama did with Libya. So he needs to say that. And then he needs to reiterate what he said on March 1st and March 20th. He said we had certain agendas, and that was to get rid of the nuclear threat. He needs to get the fissionable material if he can get it. The ballistic missile and drone threat, he's working on that. The proxy subsidies to Houthis, Hezbollah, and Hamas, I think he's pretty much will finish that. And then to stop the anti-American killing and terrorism of Iran and as a threat to the stability of the Middle East. And I think he's empowered not just Israel, but vis-a-vis the Gulf states. They will be armed. They will rearm very quickly to the degree they haven't lost any of their offensive capabilities, and Iran has. And then regime change. And he can say, he never said, I'm going to go in there and throw out the government. He said, help is coming. Sometimes in moods of enthusiasm, he said, we're going to get rid of this guy or that guy. And he just needs to say, ideally, the threat will end when the regime is gone. And I have tried to do my best within the confines of not engaging in a forever war to empower the resistance. And I think the destruction that we and the Israeli Air Force have done to Iran will help that cause. Maybe not now, maybe in a month, but eventually it has weakened that regime internally, and that was one of my agendas. And I would like to see regime change, but that is not why we are fighting this war. And that's all he has to say.